John, let's catch up with you a little bit. We haven't heard from you in a while. Last time you were on, you were talking about we talked about trains, so we really haven't talked about much about storage and server. There hasn't been a lot going on in that space, anyways. But catch us up a little bit. Maybe some things you've been working on a smidge, and maybe throw in one home server item.
Yeah, well, I got a tip there because some of the guys were talking about installing, Windows Home Server 2011 on their MediaSmart servers, which is a headless box, and how do they get it going? And so the whole idea was that basically you start with your hard drive on your PC, you start the installation there, just like since now it's on your PC, you have your monitor, keyboard, and mouse. You start your installation, then the computer will get to the install will get to a point where it's gonna want to reboot. So at that point, you say fine, you let it reboot, but then you kill it. When it comes to boot back up, you kill it. You take it, the drive, you put it in your MediaSmart server, the bottom bay, turn on the power, and away it goes. And it's really nice because it'll pick up the driver, it'll pick up the network card and everything. It'll just install. I recall when we were trying to, we kind of did more or less the same thing with the microservers, but they have VGA. I remember the microservers there at one point there, Microsoft, when they went to Server 2012 R2 Essentials, we couldn't get it going. Like, they didn't include the right drivers and stuff, so we had some headaches there. So it's nice to see that even with the MediaSmart servers that are old boxing, 470, 485, 490, you can, this will work across all the Windows Home servers, Server 2012, 2012 R2. So that'll all work. But the other thing is, once the server gets installed, then people have to install the connector. And the little bit of the confusing part is, it's like, well, okay, what server name did I use, or what did it take as a default? What IP address did it take and stuff? So it's like, then they're going to their DHCP, the router, and they're trying to check what the addresses are and stuff like that. But one thing I noticed is, let me see, I'll try and share one of my screens here. Hopefully this will pop up. Okay, can you see my desktop?
Oh, not yet, but hold on, let me give you focus. There we go. Yeah, you bet.
Okay, see, so basically this is like my Windows 8 desktop. So I have all my documents up here, then I have devices and drives. Sorry for the people who are just on audio, but I'll try to explain it all. See, I'm highlighting my computer, and then down here I have network connections, and these are on my server I have I have Twonky Media running on my HP server. I have another different type of iTunes guy, and then I have the Windows Media Player guys going. But my tip is here. What you do is you click on the network. Usually this network guy goes like that. So what you'll do is you'll click on the network icon, and now you'll get all your, on the top, the first category is called computers. Second one is media devices, network infrastructure, and then other devices. So that's the one that you want to look for. See, the HP Western Digital, it adds a nice icon here, but otherwise, if you're running Windows Home Server version 1 or Windows Home Server 2011, you'll get these sort of white icons with the server name. So now you'll see what the server's name is. So that's one piece of helpful information. What you do is you highlight it, you right-click, and it says View Devices Web Page. So in this case, I'll click that.
Now that part we don't see, John, but you do get a dialog box.
Yeah,
that shows up.
I don't know if I can switch to that screen.
If you switch to your whole desktop, we might see that.
Yeah, see, it'll open up this page. Can you see this page?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, so now the bottom line, there's a link there, hyperlink, and it says http://hpserver:55,000. So basically, you would click on that, and then it would go and it would open up in your web browser, and it would pull up the download. Do you see this? Where it says download?
Yep.
Yeah. So you would click download, and then you would run. The little box will do a little check, and then it'll go and do its. It's just going to find a connector, and then it'll install.
John, that's a great tip, especially because I'm running into more and more people in the forums, as well as just contacting me, that are asking me questions about home server. I think we all kind of assumed it would die, and all of a sudden, I don't know what's changed a little bit, but we kind of have a new crop of guys that are kind of coming out of the woodwork saying, well, I'm looking for something at home, and I heard about this thing called a home server, but I know it's not around anymore. I think the number one question I get all the time is, how do I get 2011? That used to be cheap, $40, $50 to get. It's getting harder and harder to find 2011 now. There was just a conversation I think that went on over in the home server show forums about that. Where do you get it? Right, 2011 is getting harder and harder to find. Microsoft's not selling it anymore, and so guys are running into. Of course, you can still get it in an MSDN subscription with TechNet gone now. MSDN, if you're in that, you can find home server that way. If you're lucky and you can track down the 2011, I was going through my media the other day, and I found a copy of 2011, the physical media. I'm like, I better hold on to this. This could be because I've got the original home server on disk. I've got 2011 on disk. I haven't bought 2012, so I haven't done that one yet. But
well, I know one of the guys over at the MediaSmartServer.net there, one of the admins there. Whenever he has a chance, sometimes he'll go and buy like 5, 6, or 8 copies when it goes on special. Windows Home Server 2011. It's like he finds the licenses, so they ship him the CDs and the license keys. It's all legit stuff there. It's not a
right real stuff.
And because that's it. It's like put them on the shelf because they're beautiful. I mean, you have basically you're running Windows Server 2008 for $35, $40, $50.
Yeah,
Kevin. So the other option I want to
go ahead, John.
The same thing is also available for, like, in this case, I'll right-click on my Western Digital box and I'll click on. I'll right-click and then I'll grab you the other. I'll show you what page it brings, and it'll bring you to. See, it'll bring you to this page. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Connector. Yeah, we see the connector. You bet.
And then the connector software there too. So the same applies to version 1, Windows Home Server. In this case, I'm running Storage Server 2008. But if you had installed Windows Home Server 2011, it would be there. If you installed Server 2012 R2 Essential, same thing. So the trick is to go down to other devices, or first thing is to open. I'll just reiterate there on your computer. You open File Explorer. You'll click on Network. You'll scroll down to Other Devices. You should see your servers there. If they're not there, then that's one problem that okay, it didn't get it either didn't finish installing. It didn't get the network. Didn't get an IP address or something. So at least this is one hurdle that yeah, okay, I see my guys are there. Highlight, because if you just right-click, you might. Let me see. Oh yeah. Anyway, I highlight. I click on it, and then I right-click and I say View Web page, and your connector comes up.
It'll bring you right up to that page. Yeah. No, good stuff. Those are good tips.